In the vast ice, the polar bear emerges with a body of more than 1,200 pounds and a strong attack instinct. Every movement can explode into a decisive charge. With its sense of smell detecting prey from afar, it chooses the right moment to strike. In just a few seconds, the power of the predator on the ice is evident: fast, neat, and powerful. In the cold northern regions, a pack of Arctic wolves was circling the remaining prey after a difficult hunt. They were organized, territorial, and every bite was precious because their success rate was only about 20%. A male polar bear approached, attracted by the scent of the remaining prey. With a strong sense of smell, it easily located the location from a distance. The wolves were in large numbers, but the bears were large. Both sides immediately formed a confrontational stance. The wolves circled around, growling low, trying to protect their spoils. The bear took another step forward, standing tall to show its power. The wolves joined forces to charge forward, forcing the bear to dodge to the side, but just one strong swing of the head was enough to cause the wolf formation to break apart. The tug-of-war only lasted a few moments. When the wolf was forced to retreat, the bear stepped in to take the remaining food. There was no bloodshed, just a battle of wits and courage. One side relied on numbers, the other on sheer strength. In a deserted camp near the coast, sled dogs stand in a circle, their thick double coats so cold-resistant that they can withstand temperatures below -60 degrees Celsius. Their keen sense of smell helps them detect the presence of bears from afar, and they immediately become alert, coordinating in groups to keep the area safe. A hungry polar bear enters the human settlement, attracted by the smell of food. The dogs rush around it, barking loudly to prevent the bear from going further. They are brave and agile, but the opponent in front of them has superior strength. The bear only needs one strong swing of its leg. The surprise attack breaks the defensive circle. The remaining dogs are forced to retreat, continuing to bark warnings, but cannot prevent the bear from reaching the food source. In the moment the snow dust fell, the difference was clear. Despite its bravery and loyalty, the Arctic dog was outmatched by the bear's sheer strength, and the confrontation was over in seconds. On the calm ice of the Arctic Ocean, an adult seal is making its way up to the breathing hole. It carries more than 100,000 calories of energy that can feed a polar bear for a week. Although it is fast and agile underwater, its life depends on the tiny breathing holes in the thick ice. Not far away, a polar bear stands motionless behind a snow berm. It has smelled the seal from under the ice. Its sense of smell is so sensitive that it can detect the breath from the wind blowing. The bear keeps low, avoiding the wind so as not to reveal its scent, patiently waiting. It can stand still for hours without a single unnecessary movement. When the seal surfaced the next time, the moment only lasted 1 to 2 seconds. The bear suddenly gathered strength, rushing straight towards the ice hole. A clean, precise attack, utilizing his entire body weight of nearly 1,200 pounds. The ice trembled slightly, water splashed, and silence returned. In the thin frost, the polar bear raised its head. Its breath evaporated in white mist. A successful meal, but not enough to make up for the rapid thaw that shortened the hunting season. Here, one small mistake could mean weeks of starvation on the drift ice. In the thick fog that covers the sea ice, a herd of walruses huddles close together. Each weighs nearly 1,500 kilograms, has 6 inches of fat, and skin so tough that predators' claws are almost useless. Their tusks, up to 3 feet long, form a living wall of defense when they gather in groups. A male polar bear slowly approaches. He knows. A single adult walrus can provide enough energy to keep him going for weeks. But he also knows this is the most dangerous target in this frozen world. The bear chooses a female who is protecting her calf. He tries to approach from behind, avoiding direct contact with the sharp tusks. But when he attacks, the walrus's thick hide does not budge. The walruses immediately formed a circle, then retreated en masse into the sea, where they had an absolute advantage. In a moment of chaos, the bear pounced on a slow-footed individual. But the walrus's enormous weight dragged the bear across the ice. In just a few seconds, the prey escaped into the deep water, where it could not pursue. The bear stood still, breathing heavily. The moment of hunting passed quickly. The benefits were too great, but the risks were too high. With walruses, the odds were usually in the bear's favor, and this hunt ended in failure. At the foot of the snow-capped mountains, 2 polar bears suddenly faced each other on a rare piece of land with food. Although they lived alone, each encounter could lead to a fierce collision. These conflicts usually stem from 3 causes: fighting for mates, competing for food, and shrinking space as the ice melted. An older male was holding the old prey. From a distance, a younger male approached, walking cautiously. Both stood upright, turning around to explore, the air growing heavier with each breath. Then suddenly, they rushed at each other. Strong shoulder thrusts, heavy slaps echoed in the cold snow. They wrestled, retreated, then advanced, each movement using maximum strength. Experience gave the older male the upper hand. It pushed its opponent back, step by step, slowly but surely. Finally, the child was forced to give up. retreating between exhausted breaths. In the shrinking cold land, polar bears not only have to confront prey, but also their own kind in the fight for survival. Far out on the ice edge, the water is unusually calm. A pod of belugas is moving slowly, looking for a way out of the shrinking ice. Each weighs between 1,000 and 1,500 kilograms, with fat accounting for nearly 40% of its body mass, a huge energy reserve for polar bears during the long melt seasons. Without a dorsal fin, belugas can easily slip under the ice, but are easily trapped in shallow ice traps. A young beluga has slowed down and become stuck near the edge. It must repeatedly resurface through a small air hole. It is this repetition that attracts the attention of a polar bear wandering nearby. It immediately lowers its body, moves to the edge of the ice, and stands still, listening for its prey's every breath. When the beluga surfaced again, the bear slammed into the water's edge, sending the small whale reeling. In that moment, it struck the head and neck, a weak spot its instincts had learned over years of watching the beluga pods migrate. The beluga struggled to break free, but the bear blocked its escape. Within seconds, the animal was pulled onto the ice long enough for the bear to feast on over the next several days. Though not a common prey species, beluga have become a rare lifeline in years of rapid ice loss. And in this moment, the bear's patience paid off with a complete victory. On the snow-covered plains, a herd of caribou is traveling thousands of kilometers each year. Their thick fur and large claws help them balance on the snow, while their stamina allows them to run at high speeds to avoid predators. With the lack of seals, polar bears are forced to turn to other options. A male bear spots a caribou herd from afar and begins closing the gap. He can run nearly 40 kilometers per hour and swim dozens of kilometers, making his hunting tactics much more agile than his slow appearance suggests. The bear targets a cub that has lagged behind the herd. With just a few acceleration steps, he charges forward and delivers a powerful front paw strike, leaving the caribou no time to escape. As the bear stood over the carcass, breathing evenly in the cold wind, the brief hunt revealed an astonishing flexibility. When the seas ran dry of food, polar bears adapted to survive. In the ever-changing frozen world, the polar bear stands as a symbol of strength and pure instinct. Every hunt, every confrontation reflects its fierce journey of survival. From lightning-fast dashes to breathtaking encounters, every moment speaks of unwavering perseverance. And it is through these images that the true power of the predator on the ice peak is depicted more clearly than ever. In the frozen land of North America, where the wind howls fiercely, the grizzly bear charges in relentless pursuit, each step echoing on the cold ground. The heavy footsteps blend with the rapid breathing of the prey in front, creating a fierce song of survival. Each charge, each breath is a battle between strength and limit. Here, there is no room for hesitation. Only the steadfast can keep their lives. The grizzly bear appears as a symbol of attack and domination, embodying the harshest laws of nature. The grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis, is an icon of the North American wilderness, native to Alaska, Canada, and the Rocky Mountains. Weighing an average of 400 to 800 pounds, adult males can reach over 1,200 pounds and stand up to 7 feet tall. Their claws, which can be as long as 4 inches, allow them to dig, hunt, and defend themselves effectively. Grizzly bears have a sense of smell 7 times stronger than that of a hunting dog, allowing them to detect prey or carcasses from miles away. Although they appear slow, they can run as fast as 35 miles per hour when hunting. Their diet ranges from salmon, insects, berries, and small mammals, demonstrating their remarkable adaptability. Grizzly bears are not only apex predators, but also important links in the ecological balance, contributing to the health of forests and streams. When two adult bears meet, territory and dominance are inseparable. Each individual has its own range of activity, ranging from 70 to more than 600 square miles. Encounters often occur at the boundaries of their territory, where both assert their power by standing up, growling, and striking head-on. During mating season or when food is abundant, their aggression levels increase. The two bears often circle each other, sizing up their opponent before launching an attack. Powerful claw swings and loud roars demonstrate the dominant instincts of these giant beasts. Eventually, the weaker one retreats, leaving behind a trail and scent as a tacit declaration of its territory. In the bear world, survival depends not only on physical strength, but also on the ability to read situations and know when to stop. The tundra and deep forests of North America are where grizzly bears and wolves frequently share territory. Both are apex predators dependent on the same food sources, such as carrion, deer, or bison. When one species gains access to prey, conflict is almost inevitable. A bear was feeding when a pack of wolves arrived. 10 of them surrounded it from several directions, growling and probing. The wolves did not attack head-on, but instead used harassment and distraction tactics. while a few others tried to steal the spoils. The grizzly stood firm, roaring, displaying its muscles and strength, causing the encirclement to retreat. The tug-of-war continued. The wolves were intelligent and patient, but the bears had the advantage in strength and endurance. With a bite force of up to 975 pounds per square inches, just one swipe of their claws was enough to make their enemies flinch. When the bears charged to counterattack, the pack of wolves dispersed, giving up the area. At the boundary between strength and tactics, there are no permanent enemies, only survivors. The competition between bears and wolves is not to destroy each other, but to maintain balance in the ecosystem, where each species plays an irreplaceable role. Deer are common animals across North America, ranging from forests to plains and estuaries. They have light bodies, quick reflexes, and can run up to 40 miles per hour when threatened. However, during breeding season, their fragile calves become ideal targets for predators. Grizzly bears are found in a wide variety of habitats, from the Alaskan pine forests to the Montana grasslands. With their keen sense of smell, they can detect deer scent from afar. When approaching, they move slowly, using the terrain and wind to mask their scent. When the moment comes, they accelerate, reaching speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, and pounce on the calves in seconds. The hunt was short, but it was a testament to the grizzly bear's patience and intelligence. Rather than act hastily, they watched, waited, and only struck when the opportunity was most certain. In the natural world, victory is not only for the strong, but for those who calculate and control their strength. In the wild, a bear's safety is never guaranteed. A mother bear confronts a tiger to protect her cub. The tiger approaches with a predatory gaze, its body tense like a drawn bow. But the mother bear does not back down. The tense standoff continues, step by step, with the mother persistently defending her young until the tiger realizes the danger and retreats. Bison are the largest animals in North America, weighing over 2,000 pounds and reaching up to 6 feet at the shoulder. They live in large herds, moving slowly, but with a very high spirit of protecting their young. Each adult is a giant mass of muscle, enough to throw off most enemies. However, the grizzly bear, with its large body, extraordinary strength, and high adaptability, knows how to choose the right moment. When it detects a herd of bison, it follows the cub, the weakest in the group. With just a second of distraction, the bear suddenly accelerates, rushes from behind, separates the cub from its mother, and knocks it down in an instant. The mother cow reacts violently, trying to save her cub. But the grizzly bear has the absolute advantage thanks to its strength and precise tactics. In just a few minutes, the fight was over. In nature, strength is not the only deciding factor, but the ability to observe, be patient, and act at the right time. Mountain goats inhabit the steep, rocky mountains of North America, where elevations can exceed 10,000 feet. They have specialized hooves that help them grip cliffs and are incredible climbers, rarely allowing predators to approach them. However, in the summer, when they have to descend to find food, they become more vulnerable to attack. A young grizzly bear tracks a mountain goat down a steep slope. It waits patiently at the edge of the forest, watching its prey move. When the goat carelessly steps out of its comfort zone, the bear charges, using its superior speed and weight. The chase is short but fierce, and a single well-placed pounce is enough to win the fight. But the outcome is not always in the predator's favor. On steep cliffs, a single misstep can cost a bear dearly. In the wild, dexterity and discretion are sometimes more valuable than raw strength. Caribou, or North American reindeer, live in the cold tundra, from Alaska to Greenland. They are known for their incredible endurance, traveling hundreds of miles during their migration season in search of new pastures. Their strong legs and ability to swim help them cross rivers, lakes, and deep snow. The hunt usually takes place in the early morning, when the dew still covers the ground. The grizzly bears spot caribou tracks near the riverbank. They approach silently, moving with the wind to avoid detection. When the caribou enters the water, the bear charges. Using its superior swimming ability to close the distance. A precise pounce throws the prey off balance, and the chase ends quickly. Not every hunt is successful, but the grizzly bear's endurance and versatility, both running fast and swimming well, help it master both land and water. In the wild, the winner is not only strong, but also adaptable to all circumstances. In the silence of the deep forest, the grizzly bear still moves forward, carrying the heavy breath of a tireless ruler. Each chase, each battle, is an affirmation of its strength and endurance, in a world where only instinct determines. The grizzly bear does not seek victory, it seeks survival. The footprints imprinted on the cold ground are proof of the will to overcome all limits, and when the forest falls silent, the grizzly bear is still the immortal image of wild power, where survival is always the last song that rings out in nature.